Would you be my? It's the done. I still got a lot of shit to learn.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So yeah, as you can see from the title, today marks 6 weeks. Yay! I'm 6 weeks pregnant. It still hasn't really sunk in. I still really don't believe it. I feel like I'm being punked. Like, Ashton, this puts me at right around the cusp of having 2 under 2. So this adventure is going to be very interesting. And I will need a lot of prayers and send Jesus and holy water. I'm still in shock, but I'm very excited. My family is expanding. Like, my babies that I've dreamt up my whole life are finally gonna be part of my life, like, together. So that's exciting, and it's just an exciting time. But during all that excitement, there is a little bit of some unpleasant symptoms, so to speak. So let's jump in to what has happened to me up until this point and what were like my initial symptoms that I was pregnant, because some of them are weird and like I've never heard of anybody else talk about them. So yeah, let me know if this has happened to you. Okay, so first things first, right before I missed my period, so I want to say like the week that I was supposed to start my period, I was noticing a lot of bloating, a lot of cramping, kind of like all the symptoms that you would normally notice from like getting your period. And so I didn't think anything of it, but the kind of bloating that I was getting, I had only experienced one other time, and that other time is named Aria, and she's she's not fully asleep. Okay, let me deal with that real quick. Hold on. Sorry for the interruption. She woke up, she needed some more love from mom, and I gave her a little bit of water, so we're good. So where was I? Oh yeah, so the bloating was the very first thing that I noticed, and this was like before I even missed my period. So like the week that I was supposed to start, like 4 or 5 days before I was supposed to start my period, the bloating that I was experiencing was like unreal. It felt like my stomach was being filled with air, and it was so uncomfortable, and it felt like I was gonna explode. I felt like I was on Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, like one of those little Oompa Loompas that are floating around, or whatever that little kid was. I don't know, I didn't really watch the movie, but I just felt like I was being filled up, and my stomach was so big and like round and hard and just uncomfortable. And yeah, and it was like a little different than what I would normally experience like from period bloating. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm big, my stomach feels bloaty, but not like that, not to that extent at all. So that was for sure one of the first things that I noticed. Second thing that I noticed is I started to get really weird dreams, which is like not something that happens usually when I fall asleep. I fall asleep pretty hard, and these nightmares, these dreams were like really vivid. It was like, it felt weird. Like you'd wake up with like your heart pounding. It was like just really, really weird, freaky stuff. And like that was probably happening around the same time, like the week that I was supposed to be getting my period. So really early on symptoms. So if you're having really vivid nightmares or dreams, you might want to pee on a stick. Thirdly, the thing that I noticed, and this is the weird one. Now this happened like, I had missed my period already for like 5 or 6 days, but since I'm breastfeeding, like they were kind of inconsistent, kind of consistent. Like, so I was like, oh, 5, 6 days. Yeah, I should probably be taking a pregnancy test, but let's just give it another day or 2 to see like if it comes. And, but before that, like, so the symptom was that I would shave and like I'd get like those strawberry bumps like all over the place. Like, let me show you on screen if you could see my leg, my strawberry legs. See all those little red bumps? Yeah, so it's like I get little nicks and cuts like all throughout my leg super easily, and it's like the strawberry leg thing, and I don't know what it is, but this happened in my last pregnancy, and I remember even talking to my OB about it. It was in my first trimester. I'm like, every time I shave, I bleed. Like it's just really hard to shave, and like I get all these bumps everywhere, and it's not normal for me to have that. So I didn't have it before, but the OB was like flabbergasted. She was like,
I never heard of that in my life. Like, I don't know, maybe try exfoliating.
Like, she looked at me like I didn't know how to shave or something. But it's happening again this time around. So I don't know, am I the only one out there? I've never heard of this happening to anybody else before, and it is so weird, and it literally has happened to me again. So if this has happened to you, or if you know somebody that has also had issues shaving and cutting themselves and like just little bumps all over the place, let me know down in the comments below so that I don't feel like the weirdo. Thing number 4 that I noticed was, oh my gosh, peeing. Peeing all the time. It's like you would think that that only happens later on in pregnancy once there's like a baby pressing up against your bladder, but no, it happens super early on because the hormone changes that are happening in your body and the progesterone levels that are spiking are causing you to have to pee more frequently. So if you have that urge to need a tinkle like all the time, even when you're not drinking a lot of water, which I haven't drank a lot of water today, and I probably should. And that started happening, like I said, around the first week of my missed period. Now, around day 10 of my missed period is when I started saying, okay, like something's up. My period's not here. Like, what is going on? I made an appointment with the doctor because I, weirdly enough, had like my lymph node, like this whole side, like under my armpit, was like swollen. It felt like a softball was like under there, and it was like hard, and I was like, what the heck? And like I would feel the other side, it was super soft, but like this side was really hard. And I was like, okay, that's like, you know, a woman's health issue. Like I should probably get it checked out because, you know, you gotta take those kind of things seriously anyway. So I was like, I'm gonna make an appointment with the doctor, and thank God they were able to schedule me like right the next day. And while I was there, I asked if I can get a pregnancy test. I did, and I'll insert a little clip right here.
What are you using for birth control? Nothing. You want another baby? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. When are you done now?
Oh my God, am I pregnant? I'm pregnant! Really? Oh my God. Are you serious? Oh my God. It was quite a shock, but like not a shock. Like I know how pregnancy happens. But it was just so unexpected because we weren't trying. Thank goodness that I was in a good place where I wanted to be pregnant anyway. Like it was okay. Like the timing wasn't perfect, but when is it ever really perfect? And it was, you know, I was willing to accept the fact that I'm pregnant again and we're gonna have 2 under 2. So it's gonna be a nuts life. Anyway, I'm done being weird. So let me tell you, I downloaded this app called like What to Expect, and it's free. Like I hate the ones that you like sign up and you go through all the questions and then they're like,
oh, it's $29.99 for like a year. Like,
bitch, no, I just want to know day by day, week by week what's going on, and I want it to be semi-free information that I could get off the internet anyway, but I just want an app to be able to do it for me a lot easier. And yeah, my hair is never done. So if you're wondering why it looks like a wig and like straw out of this hat, it's because it is. Because if I at best get makeup on, you best believe I'm not gonna be able to get my hair done. So that's just not what we're about on this channel. Okay, so week 6. Oh my God, and it's so cute. So it looks like this already. Oh my gosh, you can kind of already see like a little human body forming, like where the spine is supposed to be. It's the size of a sweet pea. So if you can't picture that, it's like this. So it's already kind of big. And yeah, and they were saying, let's see, does this give any information of like, smile, your little one's face is taking shape this week with cheeks, chin, jaws beginning to form. Your baby's heart is beating. Your baby to be, who looks like a tiny tadpole, complete with a teeny tail, is curled up with his legs and his butt up towards his torso, and it's no plans on moving soon. So it's gonna be in that little cute fetal position for a while. I'm just like appalled on how fast life happens. Like it's just crazy how fast things start moving along. It's just so cool. Oh my gosh, obviously I have to talk about the nausea, okay? My first pregnancy, I was super lucky. I threw up one time and then never really had the nausea symptoms. I think I had it for like a week and then never really had the nausea symptoms. So I was like, oh my God, I'm super lucky. I'm one of those lucky women that don't get morning sickness. Well, this time around, it was like right after I found out I was pregnant. So I was week 5 in one day or something like that. The next day I woke up, I was disgusted. Everything was sickening. My mouth kept filling up with water. Like I couldn't explain it. Like I would walk, water, sit water. It was just like constant water, and it had me swallowing these gulps of saliva, and it was disgusting, and I just wanted to vomit because of that fact alone. And everything just was disgusting. My stomach was bloating, and my stomach felt like hot acid, like a hot Cheeto fire pit in there. It was disgusting. And I did throw up twice this time in one day, and that was like on day like 5 weeks and 4 days or something like that. But I had felt nauseous every day up until then, and up until, you know, yesterday. So when I turned 6 weeks exactly is when I just noticed today, like I woke up and I felt good and I felt great. And I think it's because of something that I did. If you want to know my secret, come here, come here. Let me tell you my secret. Oh my God. I didn't do my mustache again. Why do I always do these close-ups in these videos? And then I realize I didn't do my mustache. Girl, you are not mustache ready for these close-ups. So I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna sit myself. I'm gonna humble myself back here and tell you my secret instead from back here. But listen up, because I think it's gonna work for you too. I put, you know those Ritz crackers? I bought the ones that are called hint of salt, meaning they're not clusters of disgusting, dehydrating ass salt on top of the cracker. It doesn't even have salt on the cracker. It's just like a very plain, it kind of reminds me of the body of Christ cracker. Anyway, I put this bag of crackers next to my bed with a soda that I opened up that night right before I went to sleep, Sprite, okay? I don't care if it was warm and stale in the middle of the night. I would just put it there because that is gonna save your life, I guarantee you. And water. So all throughout the night, you know how you have to wake up to pee a million times? I would wake up, take a bite of a cracker, take a little small sip of a Sprite, and if I was really, really thirsty, I would obviously drink some water. But if I wasn't, I wouldn't, because water makes you more nauseous. But I know you're supposed to be drinking it too because you're pregnant, so you gotta work out the balance there. That was my ritual. I would wake up from the nightmare, once again, the bite of the cracker, the sip of the soda, you get the gist. All night long, I did that. So sleep wasn't that much of a quality, but I woke up feeling great. I woke up feeling fine. And I think it's because, like, if you allow your body that starves all night long to build up a lot of acid, then you wake up with that acidy feeling that's like disgusting and hot, and it makes you want to throw up. It was just not fun, guys. So I figured out something that worked for me, and let me know if that works for you. I would be so happy if it did, and that we just cured morning sickness. Like, you guys, let's do this. Let's find a cure. But anyway, I'll let you know if it continues, because I might have just been having a good day too, and it might have had nothing to do with that cracker soda method. I think that's about it. Have I had any other symptoms? I mean, my breast milk has been dipping, but that's on a different topic. I'm gonna make a whole nother video about my breastfeeding journey. Is it coming to an end because of this pregnancy? Am I going to continue? Is this something that like is good, safe for you and the baby? Like, all the things I'm gonna talk about in an upcoming video, like probably the next one. So definitely stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for stopping by on my channel. And if you want to follow me on my pregnancy journey with baby number 2, please hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't done an act of kindness today, think about hitting that subscribe button or that like button too, because that would make my day and it would just mean so much to me. So yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye.
Glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you